and the last video of the day is the Balkan Pact of 1953, starring Greece, Turkey, and a special guest, Yugoslavia. Yeah, interesting. So, let's go. So, background first though. So, yeah, Yugoslavia and the Soviet Union had been allies in the aftermath of World War II, but bilateral cooperation halted in 1948 through the Tito-Stalin split. Fearing a Soviet invasion, Yugoslavia quickly established a political and defensive agreement with the Western countries. NATO, or the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, considered Yugoslavia to be a strategically important country, so the Balkan Pact was perceived as a way for the Western allies to bring Yugoslavia into its sphere of influence in case of Soviet aggression. The pact was signed on the 20th of February 1953. The plan was to informally integrate Yugoslavia into the Western defensive system and economic aid system because of the increasing threats that Yugoslavia was receiving from Moscow. Now the agreement. The agreements regarding the creation of the Balkan Pact started with the political treaty in Ankara in February 1953 and ended with the military treaty in Bled in August 1954, which is in the Slovenian Republic of the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. Yep. The 14 articles included the basic settlement of international disputes without force, military assistance for each country if one of the members were attacked, and the maintenance and the strengthening of the members' defensive capacity and capability. The countries agreed that the representatives of each country would meet twice a year until 1974. Whoa, interesting year. The agreements also kept previous treaties then in place, such as the Treaty of Friendship and Cooperation and the Charter of the United Nations, not the character of the United Nations. Now the effects and the obvious downfall of the agreement. Now, the new alliance showed its weakness from the very beginning for several reasons. Number one, first of all, Joseph Stalin died a few days after it was signed, the main antagonist of this story. Also, the new Soviet government, led by Nikita Khrushchev, started to relax its criticisms toward Yugoslavia and hoped to kind of undo all the stuff that Stalin did. Finally, the Yugoslav communist leaders were also more willing to abandon open cooperation with the Western countries, not just because of Stalin, but because out of principle, international workers of the world unite sort of stuff. Now, in 1954 and 1955, Yugoslavia overtures to the Soviet Union gradually resulted in a change of Yugoslav views regarding the military significance of the Balkan Pact. Now, the Cyprus dispute between Turkey and Greece. So, Menderes was interested in the whole field of cooperation with the Balkan Pact. Yugoslavia was reluctant to take any steps that might then appear to give additional significance to the military side of the Balkan Pact. And lastly, but not least, the Cyprus dispute. Now, the Cyprus dispute between Turkey and Greece soon broke out and became a new danger to the Balkan Pact. After the Hungarian Revolution of 1956, Tito showed some interest in reviving the new alliance. Because, guys, nobody wants to have new revolution, right? But because of Cyprus and the Cyprus dispute, Tito's attempts to mediate between Turkey and Greece obviously failed, because these are arch nemesis from the beginning of time. Now, the Balkan Pact included... Now, the effects and the lasting impact of the Balkan Pact were... The Balkan Pact included Yugoslavia into the Western defensive system, which strengthened the country's security. It also raised problems for Tito and the League of Communists, and brought Yugoslavia and Greece together for the first time in a while. The pact indirectly heightened international and ideological conflicts and international ideologies in the Cold War, and left the world a much less bipolar place after the 1950s, with China, Communist Yugoslavia, the Soviet Union, the United States, and its allies becoming a bipolar world. Well, not a bipolar world anymore, but yeah, Yugoslavia was like one of the weird things of the Cold War. The Balkan Pact was a weird thing of the Cold War, but with that being said, I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned something, and until next time, learn something. Bye-bye.